I watched Halloween 2018. And after watching The Curse of Michael Myers, H2O, Resurrection, and two Rob Zombie movies, this movie felt like someone handed me a Gatorade after a marathon and said, "Remember when Halloween movies were allowed to be fun?" Because seriously, no catastrophic plot holes to trip over, no cult mythology, no bizarre relationship angles, no need to pause every 15 minutes and ask, wait, what just happened? This is a movie made by people who actually like Halloween, and it shows. The movie literally opens with a pumpkin unrotting itself, which is basically the franchise saying to me, all right, everybody, back up. We're going back to the fun timeline. We get these aggressively British true crime podcasters who have somehow decided the best journalism technique is to poke the serial killer with a stick and see what happens. They show up at the institution to interview Michael, and Dr. Sartain is there to introduce them. And immediately my internal warning system went, something is wrong with this guy. And I could not explain it. I just knew. And eventually I figured it out. This man is a Michael Myers fanboy. Not a Loomis fanboy. Loomis feared Michael. Loomis wanted to stop him. No, no, no. Sartain is the guy who saw a serial killer and thought, wow, I wonder if I can get his autograph. Michael is being transferred, and the podcasters want one last chance to interact with him. And you know what? They get their wish. Because of course the bus crashes. Obviously, this is a Halloween movie. You don't put Michael Myers on a bus and expect him to arrive safely. That's like putting a shark in a swimming pool and being surprised when someone gets bitten. The kills at the very beginning are actually pretty restrained, especially coming off of Rob Zombie's version. But then Michael kills a child, and that's the moment the movie tells you, "Oh no, 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 no. We're not playing by the old rules anymore." Kids are usually off limits in slashers, so the movie immediately establishes that Michael Myers is not here to be polite. Mm-mm. Meanwhile, Laurie Strode has spent 40 years preparing for this exact moment. Is she paranoid? Yes. Is she traumatized? Absolutely. But is it really paranoia if you're right? I mean, I love seeing Jamie Lee Curtis be allowed to be a badass at 60 years old. Hollywood has this terrible habit of acting like women disappear once they get older. So seeing Laurie be experienced and capable and dangerous was genuinely refreshing. And now her daughter, Karen. Look, Karen is the biggest bitch in Illinois. Okay, I understand what the movie's doing with her. She had a difficult childhood. She grew up with a mother who built her entire life around preparing for Michael Myers to return. That would affect a person. But also, ugh, Laurie picked the worst possible date in history to be proven right. Karen spends this whole movie going like, the world is full of love and light, and Michael Myers is literally walking down the neighborhood murdering people. The timing is unfortunate. So when Laurie says she is prepared, she means prepared. Hidden panic room prepared. 40 years of trauma have given this woman a lot of time to turn her house into the world's most elaborate, absolutely not bunker. And I respect it. With Michael loose, the movie makes one thing clear: nobody is safe. One of my favorite sequences is when Michael finds the podcasters again at the gas station. You can see him walking around in the background before the characters realize he's there. This movie rewards you for watching carefully. And then we get the jaw reveal. Oh, I was not prepared for that. This movie started out with very restrained kills, and then Michael suddenly decided, actually, I do have some artistic ideas. And then the teeth happen. I hate teeth stuff. Why is Michael playing the world's most horrifying tooth fairy? I did not consent to dental nightmares. Ugh. One thing I really liked, though, is that the police are not completely useless this time. They know Michael is dangerous. They remember that night. The problem is they are still making new mistakes, which is very Haddonfield of them. This movie drops the sibling relationship between Michael and Laurie, and I think that was the right call. Michael didn't come back because he was looking for Laurie. He is just wandering around having the best Halloween night of his life. Laurie is the one hunting him. It's an inversion of the original. In 1978, Michael stalked Laurie. In 2018, Laurie is coming for Michael. And Michael Myers himself is fantastic. The mask looks 40 years old because it is 40 years old. It's cracked and faded and worn down and moldy. And when Michael puts the mask on with the coveralls, his entire posture changes. He isn't just wearing the costume, he's become the shape again. This movie understands that Michael is most terrifying when he's just lurking, walking through the background, standing in the shadows, moving through Haddonfield with Carpenter's score playing. The long tracking shots are some of the best parts of this movie. This is Halloween. This is what I wanted. There are callbacks everywhere. They recreate the opening of with Judith's death, the trick-or-treaters wearing Season of the Witch masks, the little visual references throughout. I would have been unbearable in theaters. I would have been sitting there going, look, look, they remembered. And then we get to Sartain. Oh boy, was I right. This man is weird. Sartain kills the deputy, puts on Michael's mask, and suddenly every warning alarm in my head is screaming. I did not think someone could outcreep Michael Myers. Congratulations, Sartain, you found a way. And Laurie's granddaughter, poor Allison, is trapped in the back of the car while this man drags Michael's body around like he's showing off a celebrity guest. This is not a normal obsession. This is a man who desperately wants Michael Myers to notice him. And Allison proves she is absolutely a Strode because she immediately starts manipulating the situation and escapes when she gets the chance. Michael wakes up from being hit by a car because, of course, a car has never once stopped Michael Myers. And then the interesting thing is that Michael doesn't attack Allison first. She's right next to him. It would have been easier. He goes for Sartain, the man who studied him, controlled him, and thought he understood him. And apparently, even Michael has his limits, and one of those limits is annoying fans. The final confrontation is where the movie really works for me. 3 generations of women finally coming together: Laurie, Karen, and Allison. And they each have a different relationship with the trauma they've experienced, but they stop fighting each other and start fighting the thing that hurt them. And yes, Karen finally gets her moment. I was ready to revoke her daughter license permanently, but she steps up. She uses what Laurie taught her. She protects her family. Allison holds her own too, and Laurie finally gets what she wanted. She traps Michael and burns the house down, because of course she does. 40 years of preparation means that this woman has plans A through Z and then several backup plans after Z. Horror has a long and ugly history of being cruel to women. Final girls are often tortured, humiliated, and forced through impossible situations just so the audience can watch them suffer before they survive. Seeing 3 generations of women stand together and defeat the boogeyman was genuinely satisfying. Now, is Halloween 2018 perfect? No. The dialogue is sometimes way too polished and quippy. Some coincidences are a little too convenient. Haddonfield's geography occasionally makes absolutely no sense, but it understands Laurie Strode and it understands Michael Myers, and it remembers something important. Sometimes horror doesn't need to explain the monster. Sometimes you just want to see the shape walking through a quiet Halloween night and think, oh no, he's back.